No matter what you do, stay off the grass. Stay off the grass no matter what. And the Americans couldn't figure out why. But sure, the luscious green grass, that's why we came to Ireland so green. He says, stay off the grass or the leprechauns will get you. Stay off the grass, they're hidden there, but take one step in. I knew a fella, stepped on the grass once, didn't see him again. Young fella, only 8 years of age, never saw him again. So don't step in the grass.
Cheers to good times and good health.
Don't you, fella? Small feelings that everybody enjoys. Good kicks.
Right.
Everybody loves that, man.
People, listen, people. If you do this right,
Yes.
and if
I feel like this is a game changer now. PH. Side note: longest case of hiccups was about like a pig farmer. He had them for like 27 years.
Ireland and Texas, we get along pretty well. I feel
We
like.
do, man.
Shall we head to my favorite planet in the galaxy? The planet of good vibes. 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 It's time!
Alright.
I love humanity. I think it's great.
It's all good, man. I think the word you're searching for is space ranger.
The Hamm Planet Podcast.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top of the morning, folks. Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to the Hamm Planet Podcast. I'm your host, Peter Hamm. And if you're new to the show, we love to see it. We really do. And we're a show about three things: good vibes, great people, glorious stories. And it's good to see, because we have the Irish Husky in the house.
Yes.
The one and only, Mr. Michael Hand. Let's give it up, ladies and gents. Don't clap too hard, brother.
Table clap for me.
Michael, how you doing, me laddie?
I'm good, fella.
Good to see ya.
Good to see you, Petey. It's a pleasure. It is an absolute honor to be here, I must say.
It is a pleasure and honor to see you here, brother.
Thanks, kid.
Which I feel like I want to get to the elephant in the room real quick.
Yeah.
Brother, last name is Hand.
Yes.
In the hand, we have one hand right now.
I know,
or
man.
not one.
It's like a
injured hand.
It's like a bad comedy joke now. I tore tendons in my finger playing rugby against Team Germany in Rugby Town this year. Some fella led with the elbow to the face, so I got a bit annoyed, so I went after chasing him and tore tendons across my finger. So surgery on it yesterday. Had to pull the tendon from up there all the way back there and strap it up into my finger. So about 2 months out now, but
pretty fascinating how they can do that.
yeah, man, unbelievable. To be fair, like I was watching videos of it.
Did you like the videos?
Oh man, I hate watching those. So
Me too.
I kind of had to watch it just so I knew what was going on.
Great. What are they gonna do to me while I'm out?
Yeah, so because they were asking me as well. They were like, "Do you know what's going to happen?" And I was giving great detail about what was going. Oh man, Jesus, I hated watching. Like I hate all that sort of stuff, like watching surgery videos, all that stuff. I hate it with all my heart. Like, but
With all of me heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't. Oh, every time I see one, it just stings.
Yeah.
But it is on the healing path.
Yeah. Listen,
which is what matters.
knock down 7, get up 8. You know what I mean? So say la vie.
C'est la vie, brother.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of c'est la vie, brother, you're an Irish lad.
I am.
Born and raised.
No, actually, just raised. I was born.
Raised
I was born.
here in Texas,
I
currently.
was born in Connecticut.
You were.
I was born in Connecticut.
What about Cork?
No, why? I was born in Connecticut because my mother is a doctor, so she was getting her residency at the time when I came along.
So are you a dual citizen?
I am, man. I'm rocking the
That's huge.
eagle and the harp on the front of my books.
You'll get the harp.
Yeah.
Why the harp?
It's the national symbol of Ireland, man. The harp. That's why the Guinness logo is a harp as well.
Oh shit! Now it makes sense.
Yeah. Everybody always thinks it's all the shamrock, but I tell you, man, that's just Lucky Charms marketing for you is what that is, man.
That's not real Irish.
No. I mean, no.
No leprechauns in Ireland.
No, man. No leprechauns, unfortunately. I don't actually know what the backstory is. I tell you though, my cousin. I don't know if we can get into stories already, but my cousin.
Let's get into stories.
So my cousin Larry Shanahan. Shout out to Larry. I don't know if he'll watch this now.
Shout out Larry.
Shout out Larry. He told
Love
us.
Larry.
He told us a story once before that he used to work in the in a cafe in Cashel where my father's from and where all my family are living and kind of come from originally Cashel. So there's a big castle in the middle of Cashel called the Rock of Cashel. It's famous. The Kings of Ireland lived there back in the day. It's older than America by a good, decent margin now, but big tourist spot as you can imagine. So Larry used to work in, I think it was a cafe nearby, or maybe it was a Palace Hotel or something like that. And all the Americans would come into him and they'd ask him, what are the best kind of walking trails or walking routes to go up and down and see everything. And so Larry would say, whatever, go this way, go that way, but no matter what you do, stay off the grass. Stay off the grass no matter what. And the Americans couldn't figure out why, but sure, the luscious green grass, that's why we came to Ireland so green. He says, stay off the grass or the leprechauns will get you. Stay off the grass, they're hidden there, but take one step in. I knew a fella, stepped on the grass once, didn't see him again. Young fella, only 8 years of age, never saw him again, so don't step in the grass. So the Americans go, jeez, all right. So they go off walking. Larry looks out the window half an hour later. The Americans are bending over at the cameras, taking pictures of the grass. Nothing going on in the grass, but taking pictures of the grass all the way up and down, staying on the path the whole time, fearing for the grass. They didn't step on the grass the whole time they're in Ireland. They didn't even touch Irish soil. Yeah. So
okay, so
no leprechauns.
Well, so we got to tell some people maybe.
So listen, if you ever go to Cashel and Larry tries to tell you, well, he's not there anymore, but if anybody tries to tell you to stay off the gas, you can tell him Michael Hand, Sergeant Hand's grandson, told you can step on the grass in Cashel wherever you want.
Sergeant Hand?
Yeah, so my grandfather was a police officer. I think he was a sergeant in Cashel. That's how he got stationed there, and that's why the family expanded from there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sergeant Hand, everybody knew him in the town.
And there's a castle in the center of the town.
Yeah, so it's the Rock of Cashel, big, massive. It's actually
How old is this?
Oh man, I say about 1100, 1200 was probably built. Yeah, man, and it fell into kind of disrepair and stuff, and it only got they were doing renovations on it for years. Only got finished there a year or two ago. It looks class now, but it's actually the background of my laptop. The sunset in the background, it's beautiful. It's definitely one of the if you picture like castles in Ireland, that's like
the
first
prime
one that would come up. Yeah, it's on a big hill, and my grandmother's house actually is literally at the bottom of the hill. You'd look up and it'll be there. She never figures out how they got planning permission to build a house there because it's right there in the bang of it. She's got the best view in the country, I'd say.
That's like
unbelievable. Yeah,
that's like the most prime real estate you could get.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, so. It was magical, obviously, kind of whenever we'd go there to visit growing up and stuff, and you'd walk out the door and turn and look, and Irish history staring you in the face, about a century of history staring you in the face there, that's right. I think Cashel, the name of the town is Irish for like a city of kings or something like that. It's in the Gaelic language, Cashel or something. I could be bollocks now, and somebody will give out to me now maybe here, but
that's what we're here for. We're figuring out. I mean, I didn't even know any of this.
Yeah, so I love it, and it's good. It's always whenever Dad goes back there, because it's like an agricultural-based town, and Dad kind of came out of there and went to college and got a degree in business, became a big fancy businessman. But whenever Dad goes back there, it's funny to see
he's got his roots.
Goes back to his own roots and turns into a farmer again, like he was, and talks to all his old friends again,
slaps on the overalls.
So, well, listen, if Mom...
What Irish farmers...
If Mom let him put on the overalls, but Mom's too sophisticated for that, but he loves putting on an old tweed jacket.
Mama doesn't like him?
Well, Mom appreciates it, but she's from Dublin now, so she doesn't
What's the difference between, a Dublin farmer, or not a person from Dublin and the Irish farmer?
Well, what I always describe, and the way I describe to Texan people, because Texan people appreciate this more than maybe Californians would, but I always akin or describe California as being similar to Dublin.
Oh, okay.
Everybody from Dublin thinks that everybody from outside of there are only Humpty Dumpkins, and they don't know what they're doing. They're all farmers. They're all cultures, is what they call them. They think they're better than everybody from Texas. They think they're better than people. Whereas people from Cork, / Texas, look at people from California like, Jesus, stay away from me, you. I don't want to go
Right.
near you. You're annoying. You think you're too good for me. You pay too much for everything. It's
And
too
now-
expensive up there. Who even wants to live there?
I mean, a lot of them have moved here.
Exactly. So they're all coming down and taking over now, man. But so
I don't know about taking over.
Well,
They're definitely down here.
they're here, and they're not doing a McGregor on it. They're here to take part, but they're certainly not here to take over.
Right.
You know what I mean, man?
Oh, absolutely, brother.
See,
Okay, well, I can see the comparison.
Yeah.
That makes complete sense.
yeah.
Brother, so your dad was a police officer.
My grandfather.
Your
was.
grandfather.
Yes.
In this town.
Yes.
And I feel like if you come from there, you're proud to be Irish.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ireland in general.
How'd that play a
or
role? Do you take great pride in Ireland and rep it hard?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 100. Like I've even had in the last few weeks now, even think because I'm obviously American qualified in terms of rugby.
Right.
And so it's always been a big thing in my head. Like, well, I'd love to play international level rugby. It's like a dream of mine. I love to go to a World Cup. I love to play. But obviously, growing up at home, you're growing up playing for Ireland.
Yeah. Well, that's...
And now, I mean, obviously, the Irish standard rugby is incredibly high, and that's kind of something that's probably bypassed me at this stage. But
Absolutely not, brother.
you know what? Well, yeah, but
Never.
the idea of playing international level rugby would be more than likely come through an American jersey at this stage rather than an Irish one if I was to play. So that's something like it's hard for me to kind of wrap my head around or grasp that. It's very difficult for me because I'm very, very proud to be Irish. And yes, I was born in Connecticut. And if anybody wants
But how long were you there just for being born?
I was there for about 2 or 3 years.
You don't know anything. You know what I mean?
No, not really. So anybody who knows me knows if they want to get under my skin or grind my gears, they call me American and say I'm not really Irish anyway. But sure, I mean, look at me. Like, I can't be any more Irish if I tried. Like, so.
I mean, I'm sure that'll help your citizenship.
Yeah. So I mean, I've got both, and obviously being an American citizen helps a lot. Like between jobs, between coming here, doing what I want, having a bit of freedom when I'm here.
How can I become an Irish citizen?
I actually don't know the process. Actually, it's funny because Larry's brother, right? Larry's brother
Yeah, brother.
Larry's brother Ian married a girl, Joran. She's from Nevada.
Okay.
She came over, I think, to teach gymnastics in UL, and she just got her citizenship there only a year or two ago. Could have been this year.
To Ireland.
Yeah, she got an Irish citizenship there.
Any Irish in there?
I don't think so, man. I think it was just because she married Ian.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I'd say it's easy enough.
you gotta either be married in or be born.
Yeah, or have a grandparent or something like that. But like, to be fair, I'd say it's not as hard as it is to become an American citizen. Because I don't like.
They made it. I feel like they don't. I don't mean.
Yeah, like there's not as many people fighting at the borders of Ireland as there is probably down here in the south of the great state. Like.
Yeah, I mean, what countries are bordered by Ireland again?
No,
I know there's different.
There's Northern Ireland, which I would still count as part of Ireland.
Right.
But we're an island, like, so there's just a bunch of water is all that's there, man.
Yeah, no one's gonna be running over there.
No, I mean our immigration levels. Everybody's trying to get out of there, man. So that's why I'm here, like.
Bro. So you were in Ireland. You're in Connecticut 1 to 3.
Yes.
And then Ireland from 3 to
21.
Okay, yeah.
Saved.
You're Irish.
Saved my year in Baylor, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then 1 year at Baylor.
1 year at the great Baylor University, Waco, Texas.
The
The
Baylor University.
University of Baylor. No. Baylor
Love
University.
that, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. Before Baylor.
Yes.
So what town we grow up in?
So we grew up in Galway, coastal town, very west of Ireland.
How was that?
Good. I mean, I was there from 4 until about 14. Did primary school there, which is like the equivalent of elementary and kind of middle school there.
It's called primary.
Yeah, primary school. It's from about age, I'd say 6 to 12 maybe. There's the cut-off period for the school, and then.
So in Ireland, I'm assuming a lot of towns are on the coast.
Yeah. Yeah, like where I live now, like Dublin's on the coast, Cork's on the coast. Yeah,
Right.
to be honest, yeah, absolutely. I can't, like, there's no major city. I mean,
So you were there from up until 12?
yeah, up until 12 or 13, and then moved to Cork, where I would call home now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are the foundational years.
Yeah, I mean,
Were you playing rugby before you went there?
oh yeah, I mean, like I started playing rugby with Galwegians, Shane Connolly and Galwegians. Shane will probably watch this. He's a big podcast man.
Shout out Shane.
Shout out Shane Connolly, Kate. Currently coming back from injury as well.
Hell yeah, brother. Come
Well,
back
too.
stronger, faster,
Absolutely,
better.
man. So he's actually over in Australia at the moment, but whatever. We played rugby together in Galway until I moved to Cork then at 13, which I loved. I mean, I was afraid of it at the time because
Was it a lot bigger?
Yeah.
Like, what were the populations of both?
I think population of Galway is about 100,000 and population of Cork is about 300,000.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, a nice
So,
upgrade.
yeah, it's bigger. I mean, and the main thing I was worried about was that the standard of rugby was going to be a lot higher, so I wouldn't get I wouldn't play as much. I'd be on B teams and C teams and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was one of my biggest worries at the time. Was that I just wouldn't be as good as rugby at rugby whenever I came down.
That's
But I mean, obviously,
a healthy amount of that is good.
yeah. So and it's obviously helped me. A higher competition obviously pushes you further. So it did help in the end. But I remember that being my big worry at the time. But
It's a certain type of feeling, like when you're playing, you're playing with
yeah,
good, talented
Yeah.
people,
yeah,
and you don't know where you are.
yeah.
I mean, initially at least,
Yeah. So
it makes you want to be better
definitely
every
yeah.
fucking time.
So I mean, yeah. And now I'd consider myself a Cork man, and being from Cork is where I'd say I'm from now, as opposed to Galway or Connecticut or anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
Was your high school insane at rugby?
Yeah, Prez. Boy,
Shout
yeah.
out Prez.
Oh, big shout out to PBC, the Preservation
PBC.
Brothers College, yeah.
So what's the rugby scene like there in high school? Because for me, it was rare that we even had a team, and that's when I started.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say in the country, there's about 10 to 15 maybe big rugby schools. Most of them would be kind of in Dublin. I'd say there's about 6 or 8 big schools in Dublin, and a few up in Northern Ireland, and I'd say there's about 4 or 5 down in Munster, which is where Cork is.
Yeah.
There'll be us and Christians, rivals across the hill. Then there'll be a few up in Limerick, like Crescent, Castletroy, Munchins maybe. So there'll be, like, apart from that, you wouldn't...
So there was you all knew the schools that, hey,
Yeah.
these are the best of the best.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to be these guys if you want to be the best.
Yeah.
in Ireland.
Like we wouldn't like our competition wouldn't reach the Dublin schools. We just play in Munster, so it would just be.
What's the biggest thing you can win in high school?
Senior Cup definitely. For us anyway, was the Munster Senior Cup. I think the year after us they did like an All Ireland thing where the winner of the Munster and the winner of the Leinster played against each other. Or I think maybe that was 2 years after, but.
Yeah.
Munster Senior Cup was definitely the biggest we could win. We played in the final. Oh man, we played in the final. Paddy's Day
Oh.
final against Christians, the rivals across the. Whenever you first come into Prez, right, the thing you dream about is
Right.
Paddy's Day, Musgrave Park, playing against Christians for the Senior Cup final. That's the dream.
That was the dream.
That's when you come into school. That's what you're dreaming about, playing rugby. So my time comes 6th year.
6th year.
Kind of like whatever, kind of senior year. Sorry, the equivalent 6th year. So it's 6 years of school. So your senior year is 6
You went to the same school for those 6 years?
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah. So as soon as I moved from Galway, so I did my first year in school in Galway, but 2nd to 6th year was in Prez. So whatever, Senior Cup final against
Absolutely.
Christians, packed. I mean, Musgrave Park, not a big stadium. I'd say maybe 5 to 8,000 seats.
Sure.
Which is, I'd say every single one of them was full on Paddy's Day. And whatever, I was 17, 18 at the time. running out. And schoolboys rugby, you'll see even South African schoolboys.
I've seen highlights.
Like, man, if there's flares going, when I remember running out,
It's nuts. It's like how football is here. Like.
Oh man, even think about it now, like I nearly goosebumps here, like whatever, because our school colours were purple, black and white, like, so you'd run out.
Those are nice.
There was purple smoke going. You could see there was black smoke over there, there's white smoke over there, and all my best friends up in the crowd, all the lads, all the teachers, all my parents, all that
just going nuts,
going mad, like, and it was against the rivals, against Christians, like, and all their boys were going mad, letting off the red flares and all that, and we lost in the end. Anyways, we lost 8-5. And there's actually a video of me crying on the floor, on the TV.
Nothing wrong with it.
You can see it.
Heart's in it.
Yeah, so I was there crying, and the commentator's like, "Jeez," and look at him crying now. And there's even lads that I know who were giving me hugs and stuff, crying, and you can see me. I was on my knees and everything, the whole lot on the floor, like. So,
brother,
but yeah,
I honestly know the feeling. I went to the state final, which was like the highest we could play in Indiana, and we lost in the state championship by 3 at the very fucking end.
Yeah,
or by two.
Jesus.
Just a kick for points at the end. That was like from the corner.
Yeah.
Like, the guy was good, but stung.
Yeah.
It was just like devastating.
Yeah.
Everything in the world was over.
Yeah.
I remember that's how I felt.
Yeah, man, I couldn't talk about it for weeks.
No.
Weeks after.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Can't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
part of the game. Nature of the beast.
Nature of the beast. Yeah. Title's still to be won.
Yeah. Knock down 7, get up 8, like.
Knock down 7, get up 8. Yeah. Which, brother, that saying right there leads me into the next question.
Yes.
Which is, what is some key Irish slang that I need to know? Or what the people need to know?
Yeah, he says, I don't know. I suppose maybe, okay.
Give me a few.
For example, now.
You got 100.
For example, okay. I don't know. Okay, so for example, class.
I mean, class is a good one to start.
Straight off the bat, if something's class, something's good.
Class is good.
Yeah. So Rocky over there, class. Bit of class there.
Luckily tonight he's being class.
He is class.
He's an old sausage.
So I don't know. I mean, for example, now at home, it's Freshers Week. College is starting back at home in UCC where I went to school.
Yep.
The first semester starting again, and everybody's going out.
Sure.
So you'd go out for freshers for a feed of pints.
Out for freshers?
Freshers. So
freshers.
Whatever. I suppose
refreshers. Refreshments.
Like I think it's for like, because it originally started whatever, like the freshmen's, it would be like their first week of college.
Okay.
So it'll be Freshers Week. Now I don't know, because we don't use freshmen, so I don't know. We don't actually use that term for our first years at home, so I don't know how it came up. But anyway, it's known as freshers. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's new.
You'd go out for a feed of pints.
A feed.
F-E-E-D.
A feed of pints.
As in a meal. A feed of pints. A few scoops.
A couple of scoops.
Yeah, a few scoops.
Yeah. Scoops or ice cream float?
No, man. I don't know. A few scoops.
Just a couple of drinky poos.
Yeah, a few pints now.
Is pints as predominant there as we think it is?
Yeah, just pint glass of whatever you're having. I suppose if you're having pints, maybe it could be on the vodka. Yeah. The vodka white, the vodka Raza.
Yeah, I could see that. Is Guinness as popular there as we think it is?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, 100%. It could be another shout out here, Darren Murphy, Durf. He calls it the mother's milk.
The mother's milk. That's the Guinness.
That's how close it is to his heart. So usually,
and is it? I'm not a big Guinness guy.
Yeah,
I want to be.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
Are
you?
I am in the winter time. Yeah.
I mean, you have to be.
Yes.
If you're not, it's
shit
hits the fan.
Well, to be fair, now in Cork, right?
In
Cork, there's Guinness is brewed in Dublin, St James Gate. But in Cork there's Beamish and there's Murphy's.
Okay.
Which are similar to Guinness, but they're just brewed by Cork breweries.
Your hometown squad.
Yes. So
The boys.
Yeah. So people usually have a preference, either Murphy's or Beamish, over which one they're drinking. And people who are very, there are lots of people who are very like territorial over Murphy's versus Beamish, kind of like I don't know, Chevy or Ford or something like that. It's Murphy's or Beamish, and they'll fight to the death over it. Like,
they'll throw hands.
Yeah. So personally, I'm not one of those people. I don't mind. I'll drink whatever's put in front of me.
You like the American Texan drinks?
Yeah. I mean, the Texan drinks are ranch water here. Can't complain. Love ranch water.
Not sponsored by them.
No.
We just think they're pretty good.
We love them. After my year at Baylor, and I was saying to Pete earlier, after my year in Baylor, and I went home to Cork for the year, all I could think about was getting a ranch. My mother came over to America for a conference, and I told her, "Can you put a ranch water in a suitcase and bring it home?" And they took it out of the suitcase and they wouldn't let her bring it home. I was nearly crying on the floor when she came home.
I would be. I mean, how could they do that?
I don't know,
TSA's
man.
lost their mind.
Come on, man! Like, just let a boy have his ranch water.
Have a ranch water.
A Lone River ranch water is all I want.
We are scooting and booting along in the episode. More good vibes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cheers to good times and good health.
Don't you, fella? Good slurp. That was a good slurp there. And a good... yeah, man.
I think people like it.
Good quality.
Maybe they don't.
Well,
and
no.
if they don't, well,
I think
stick with us. Give us a shot.
That's one of those small feelings that everybody enjoys. Good kicks.
Right.
Everybody loves that, man.
Oh, it's what the body craves after a long day.
You could hear the refreshment.
You really could.
Yeah.
I can't see with these on, so I'll say that off the bat.
They might need to be swapped around.
I think those are reading glasses.
Yes.
I don't know what those are. Here we go. Now we've seen it.
Here we go.
Now I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
I can see all obstacles in my way.
There you go, brother. Keep it going. Do you know the rest?
I can see clearly now. That's all I know, man. That was enough.
If you got past that second sentence, I'd be like, hey.
I wasn't sure if it just.
knows
I
this
wasn't
one.
sure if it just repeated "the rain is gone" or if it went on a different direction.
Is that a banger in Ireland?
Well, I feel like that's just a universal classic.
So we were listening to some Irish bangers.
Yes.
Brother, the one you pointed out was
King of the Road.
King of the
By
Road.
the rattling kind.
By the rattling kind.
Not sure if all Irish people know that now, to be honest. That's just one that's kind of been...
It's a good song.
It's been in my rotation the last few months now.
Is that like a hype song? Where does that fall into? Anything song?
Kind of anything song. Yeah, just an overall good tune, I think.
Yeah. It is a good tune, brother.
Yeah, maybe
it is a good tune.
If we're talking full Irish songs, Celtic Symphony by the Wolf Tones has to be in there.
Celtic Symphony.
Or maybe Celtic Symphony, Celtic Symphony. I don't know, one or two, but everybody knows that song, man.
Brother, when it comes to Irish history, what are you the most proud of?
Oh, man. Well, obviously independence there in 1922.
No. What's the story behind that? I'm Texan, so I know Texan stuff.
Well, so the English took over there in about...
The Redcoats.
Yeah, they took over there, I think about could have been 1200, I'd say, AD. Kept it through the famine, all that stuff. Which the famine, actually, there's plenty of food in Ireland during the famine.
Right.
There was no shortage of food in Ireland during the famine. It's just that the English took it all and exported it to England. So people in Ireland dying of starvation, people on the side of the road with green all over their mouth because they were eating grass because they had no food. There was loads of food in Ireland, but the English took it all and exported it. So questionable.
So that pissed you off.
Questionable, are we going to call it a famine or a genocide? Up to viewer discretion here. But anyway, so then Few revolutions here and
Man's
there.
got to eat.
Yeah, exactly. A few revolutions here didn't work out. 1916, probably the big one. In the middle of World War One, there was an uprising in the middle of Dublin mostly. Failed for the most part, but big turning point was that the English executed all the leaders of the rising. And Irish people were kind of like, well, hang on, the boys are just trying to fight for our freedom. You have no
And you're going to kill them.
You have no right to be executing them. So that started a bit of a movement. Then in 1919 to 1921, there was the Irish War of Independence, mostly guerrilla warfare. Michael Collins and a few boys kind of ambushing English armies, kind of barracks and stuff all over the place. Eventually led to ceasefire in 1921, December 21, I think, which led to Ireland getting 26 out of the 32 counties or states, I suppose is the American word for it. Caused a bit of a civil war where Michael Collins was shot, because some people weren't happy that he only accepted that and he should have pushed for more and all that stuff. But yeah, so 1922 independent.
And that's a huge year for y'all.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's like 1776.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. I mean, there wasn't that much of it. Not that I know of. There wasn't a massive deal made of it last year, which I thought there kind of should have been. But I think that's just because.
So y'all were pissed off. They were taking y'all shit.
Yeah, man. I mean,
that ain't cool.
As much as any.
Take our shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean. Leave us alone. Let us.
I feel like, as a Texan, I didn't even really know that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
and I should. I mean, that's how y'all got y'all's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of the Alamo.
Yes.
You've lived here.
Don't forget the Alamo, or remember the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo. Yes.
Well, and don't forget it.
Don't do both. Remember and don't forget.
You do both. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our story.
So y'all got the most pissed when they killed y'all, the top guys.
Yeah, I think there were the Proclamation of Independence. There's 12 signatories on it, and that's what they read out during that rising, and they executed all 12 of them. One of them actually, Joseph Mary Plunkett, was injured or was sick, and they just strapped him to a chair and shot him, even though he's injured or whatever. And he got married the night before.
I bet that was probably the final straw.
Yeah, like there's a good song now called Grace. Good song, Wolf Tone singing as well.
Yeah.
But about because he married his longtime girlfriend the night before he got executed. But he was injured and hurting and bleeding, and they just strapped him up to a chair and shot him dead. And so Irish, and like they weren't happy with the fact that there was an uprising because they wrecked most of Dublin. There was bombing and all this stuff, and they're mostly annoyed at the boys. But then once they started killing them, then the kind of sentiment turned a bit more sympathetic towards the Irish people,
Yeah. Well, that's a massive, like, you knew all those people's names.
Yeah, well, yeah. As in,
some of them.
Yeah, I'd probably, if I was pressed, I probably could name most of them.
Because, like, for me, I know, Sam Houston.
Yeah.
Bowie. Yeah. Davy Crockett.
All the boys.
I mean, I could keep going if pressed.
If pressed, yeah.
Yeah. Well, brother, back in 1922, you said?
Yeah, that's the one.
1922. Don't forget.
101 years now, hey.
Okay, so Ireland and America are really on the same team. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
we both said, "Hey, we."
Yeah. I feel like
we're not doing this program.
Like 3/4 of the planet, I'd say, are feeling the same way towards England. Like,
yeah, it's it's funny to see the similarity. Beautiful thing.
They know there's many fans around the place now.
Brother, it really is. Well, brother, here to switch from the good old Irish history, which is fascinating.
Yes, of course.
To a couple insane would you rather questions. Brother, are you ready?
Okay, yes. Let her rip, PH.
Here we go. Watermelon.
It's disappointing, man, isn't it?
No.
Like you expect,
it's not what you think it is.
No. Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
But we carry on.
Mm-hmm.
And brother, here we have the first question. Would you rather have the ability to read minds,
Yes.
but be unable to control when you hear people's thoughts, or have the ability to make anyone fall in love with you, but never experience true love yourself?
Oh, definitely the first one, man. Absolutely. So what's the point in getting
That's
somebody to fall in
tough.
love?
That's a tough question. But yes.
Because, like, even Rocky over there now, hey, the dog.
he needs love.
I can make him fall in love with me, but sure, I never experienced the true happiness of truly loving somebody.
That's nothing good comes from that.
No. And so the other one, okay, you can't control it, but, like, for the most part, it's probably alright. Like, you know.
Shit, I hope. I mean, it'd be really sad if it, like, was really, really bad.
Yeah, like, okay, well, then you just kind of take the hit, but even then, okay, it's really bad, but you kind of know how to fix it then, because you know what they're annoyed about, or you know what's.
You can still experience true love, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because then, yeah, like, definitely, I think the negatives of the second one outweigh the potential negatives of the first one, you know what I mean?
Yes, fully agree.
Yeah.
Fully agree. I like the way you think, brother. I'm thinking the same way.
Yes.
Brother, question number 2 on the docket.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather live one life that lasts 1,000 years or 10 lives that last 100 years each?
Mm-hmm. I would say... Now, there's the obvious question of the toll it takes on your body of living 1,000 years.
So, brother, anything outside the question?
Yes.
Up for interpretation?
Oh,
But I
okay.
can give my opinion.
Yes.
I would say
I would like the opinion.
I would think that, I don't know, you'd kind of have some superhero characteristics.
Yes.
But shit, who knows?
Because I'm thinking, okay.
I feel like I'm kind of 10 lives that are only, that'd be kind of sad, you know. But by the 10th one, you'd be kind of like,
You're sick of it then. Like, yeah.
shit, another hundy
Yeah.
or not. Nope.
Yeah, no, then you're done though. But I'm kind of then, like, the 1,000, like, I'm thinking here, Twilight. Shout out to Vivian Healy, the woman back home, big Twilight fan.
Love it. Shout out Vivian.
Shout out Billy. She loves Twilight, and all the boys in Twilight are like, what, 20-ish, 30-ish, and they're stuck at that. Which wouldn't be too bad, like, you know, stuck in your
Right.
prime, stuck in your peak for 1,000 years. That's not too bad, like. But then you have to see all your levels.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But then I don't know about that. Like, kind of 1,000 means like you get to have another go at it. If you mess it up the first time, you can go again.
Right.
And like you get, say, like
Hey, this one, you know,
your whole life's work.
life in the slammer.
Yeah.
We got 100 more
Yeah,
coming up.
you got
You know,
another few
we've
going.
only got 400 down.
Yeah. Yeah, and like say for example, so say you're living back in the time of some real bad fellas, like there's Hitler or something like that, right?
Yeah. You can get them.
Or yeah, you can get them, but okay, say there's like a serial killer loose in America, right? And you kill him, but because you kill him, you still can't murder somebody, so you're in a slammer then for 100 years. Whereas, and say you get life in prison. Say if you live for 1,000 years, those 1,000 years are fully in prison. Even though you've done a good thing, you're still in the slammer for whatever the 700 years left after you're done.
Oh, that's a lot of years.
Whereas if you've got
Too
the
many
100 years, okay, you kill the bad guy, you still do the good work of killing the bad guy, but you only served whatever 70, 80 years, and then you start all over again, knowing that you've done well. Like
I agree, brother.
like
You
the life in prison.
You could take out 10 bad guys.
Yeah, and you just take the hit on it, and you'll be all right. Like
Yeah. Or maybe take 9 out and live the last 100
Yeah,
like a,
just
hey,
have-
like,
have fun with it. Like
no longer going to be a,
yeah,
you know,
bandit.
a bandit.
Yeah.
Question number 3, brother. Would you rather have the power to teleport anywhere in the world, but lose all of your memories each time that you teleport? Or have a perfect memory, but never be able to leave your hometown?
Jeez, PH.
Brother, PH. No one's ever called me that, and I kind of like it.
PH.
PH.
PH levels, like.
pH levels are up.
That's what you should. That's what you should. You should start these podcasts with asking people what their pH levels are.
Well, I like that. I actually fucking love it,
Yeah.
Milady.
You know what I mean? And like you could stay with PHKF 7 means they're feeling. Okay, anyway, sorry. Back to the queue. Back to would you rather.
Huh? We might have a brand what pH level
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, like get vitamin water on board or something.
Oh sure,
Um,
vitamin.
Vitamin.
I mean, it's different in Texas than it is in
At home.
anywhere.
Yeah. I would say
What would we say, brother?
stay at home. Now I was stay at home with perfect memory. Not sure if perfect memory is something that I'd like to have. Some things that I would rather forget.
Right.
Everybody has those like 2 o'clock in the morning thinking to when you were 12 years old and you did something cringy. Everybody wants to forget those. Like, so perfect memory isn't a positive.
It's not.
Um,
It's not. You got someone would have to be like, I don't know, training you in a sense.
yes, yes,
Like, hey, I'm just gonna tell you everything
yeah,
important in the world,
yeah,
and you need to remember it. And yeah, you'd have to go live with like Warren Buffett.
yeah. Whereas like the other one, like, okay, you get to go see all those places, but what's the point in going to those places if you're forgetting out? And like, you know what I mean? Okay, you meet all these great people, boom,
Right.
then you forget about them. There's no point in that. Like,
Dude, I would be so pissed off. Like, every time I'd wake up in a new place,
yeah,
but wouldn't have any memory, I'd be like,
no,
what?
yeah.
Where am I?
You'd have no friends, absolutely none.
Guantanamo?
Yeah, man, and you would do. Yeah. No, that's not even on the cards there. Like,
Yeah,
I live in Cork my whole life.
I would too. I would too, brother.
If I got to remember it.
Absolutely. Okay, next one, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather?
Yeah.
Would you rather have the ability to fly, but only at a snail pace,
Oh,
or have super speed, but only while crawling on all fours?
yeah.
That'd be bear-like in a sense, you know.
Yes, that would be
Which we do
sick and bears.
have some bear inside of our blood.
Like I think if you look at the flying aspect, not for transportation purposes, but
Entertainment.
but just for it would be slick to be floating in the air, like.
That's the best party trick anyone can do
Yeah.
if they're actually doing it.
Yeah, like
Like not the shoe thing where it
Yeah.
looks like you're up but you're not.
yeah, like if you
Like you're that guy.
yeah, like how much do people spend to go up in like a hot air balloon? Just take your girlfriend up, just put her over the arm, and off you go. Like, just go for a float.
But how? I don't know. What are the size proportions? Like, are you moving as slow as a snail would move at its size, or are you moving like a snail would move if you're a massive? I don't know. That's outside the question.
I feel like at a snail's pace usually means at the pace of a snail. So like, whatever, as slow
A
as
human
snail,
moving
at a
snail pace.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I think that's what we're gonna attribute that to.
Yeah.
Plus, super speed. Like, how often do you need to get somewhere viciously quickly?
Oh, and if you get to where you need to go quickly on all fours,
Yeah.
it's probably not going well once you get there.
Yeah, like your hands be fucked, man. I try to go. What is all fours good to me now, man? I've only got all three. Like,
You have to become a super villain or some sort of zoo creature at that point.
because you just scare people. Like, imagine
It scares me just thinking about
you're
it.
just driving by and some fucker just flies by. Yeah, 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 and just
You got to look the part too. If
Yeah.
you're like some lanky bastard
Yeah.
doing that, it's not going to work.
no,
It's going to be not last long in
Yeah.
Texas, probably.
no.
Yeah,
No, I'd say probably the flying one just because it'd be slick. Take Vivian up for a fly, look at the sunset or something like that. Like, you take a while to get up there because you're moving at snail space, but like once you're up there, it'll be alright. Like,
Let's see how fast snails move, just to see.
yeah,
What pace do snails move at? I didn't use proper English.
it's alright.
They can move 1/10 of an inch in 1 second.
So they take 10 seconds to move an inch. Jesus, that is
That's
slow.
a fucking long air balloon.
Slow, man.
Ooh-wee.
But I suppose if you're flying, it don't really matter. Like, at least you're going.
According to experts, snails can travel a distance of one. I don't know why that's so funny to me, dude.
Snail
Who
expert?
the hell is a snail expert?
He's like got the
'Cause that's
stopwatch
a great
checking the
job.
That is funny. He did stopwatch checking his name.
And go. All right, got him. We clocked him. This is a quick slimy bastard. Okay, brother. Number 5.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a personal assistant who can grant any wish you have,
Oh yeah.
but they're always invisible and can only communicate through whispers?
Yeah.
Or have a talking parrot that can predict the future, but only speak in mysterious riddles?
Oh, I'd hate that.
I get so...
Straight off the bat.
That'd be taxidermied in a heartbeat.
I'd be like, fella, if you don't stop with your mumbo jumbo now, you're getting stuck in a cage. I'll never speak. Absolutely, 100%, without a doubt. The first one.
Yeah.
I'll just talk in whispers. Okay, fine, so be it.
Nothing
Invisible.
wrong.
Invisible, but he's still gonna be there. So I just be like, alright, bye. So
I feel like that's a plus.
give us.
I don't want someone following me.
Yeah. Plus,
Goose.
it'd just be weird if you're like around, like people are
Goose.
looking at you, and then you're just like, oh yeah, sorry, give me a Ford Bronco there, and then he just gives you one. It'd just be weird. Like, whereas you want somebody like being like, can I have the keys to a Ford Bronco in my pocket, but park it outside, please?
Right.
And nobody know. You're good to go then, man. Ford Bronco. I don't know why I picked that, to be honest.
Hey, great car.
I'm kind of loving an OG, like 90. To be honest,
Who does? If you don't, you're
An OG.
something's wrong with you.
shout out Zach Bryan, 88 Ford Bronco. Right now, that's what I love. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a good car.
yeah,
It's a classic,
it is. It's a classic.
and they brought it back with some
Some
nice
upgrades,
additions.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brother, next question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have the power to control the weather, but never be able to experience any of the weather yourself? Or be able to control your own emotions, but have no control over the emotions of others? We're men. We can control our emotions. That's what I say.
Yeah.
But I want to get... What? Does that mean I don't get the weather?
Well, I feel like if you take one option,
There'd be some days where I'd just be like, fuck it, let it rain.
yeah, let it pour.
Let's have a thunder tsunami or
But you don't
something.
even
Not
get
a
to
tsunami.
you don't get to experience it. So then like, so
So what am I
so you're just
saying
saying like, oh, I want it to rain in San Diego. Adam Burdett's in San Diego. Let it fucking snow on that brick. Like, give me storms in that bastard's backyard.
But it's July. Snow.
Yeah, just whatever, just drop it down. So you don't. But then the other one, I'm kind of thinking like, first day I was like, well, I don't control people's emotions in the first place, anyways. But then like, if somebody's like sad, then you can't like cheer them up because you have no control. Or somebody's like really down and depressed, like you are not able to make them happy. I don't want that either.
Right.
Like,
Because I do feel like,
Yeah.
you know, in a sense, we do have
you have to be empathetic.
not control, but we have
influence.
impacts on
Yeah.
people's
So
emotions.
and like, okay, you get to control your own emotions, but you're able to do that to a certain extent, anyways. Like,
Yeah,
so,
unless you're soft.
yeah. So I feel like I'll probably go for the first one just because I don't want the second one.
I can second that.
Mm-hmm. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Brother, would you rather have the ability? What number is this? 6, 7.
6 or 7?
6.
On the
7.
It's on the S's, anyways.
Well, yeah, it's one of them. One of 6 or 7. Would you rather have the ability to fly, but never be able to use any other form of transportation in the entire world?
Oh.
Or have the ability to travel by foot, but be able to teleport once a day?
Wait, sorry. Say the second option again.
You can still travel by foot. You can't fly, but you can teleport one time a day.
there's only one single reasoning behind my answer here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is picture in your mind now, PH, right?
Yes.
Close your eyes, viewers.
Yes.
Listeners, close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
It is
Close them.
it is May 24th. It is it was a sunny, hot day. You spent the day at the beach. Okay. It's about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yep.
You are getting back into your car with your two best friends, and you are heading home to shower and get ready and go for a feed of pints.
A feed of pints.
Right?
Yep.
So you're in your car, small car, first car you've ever bought,
Sure.
and you're ready to go out in the town with the lads.
Love
and you are in control of the aux.
Uh-huh.
And it's a summer night, circa, for American listeners, 70 degrees-ish.
Oh.
Windows down, sunset,
Perfect.
about a 20-25 minute drive.
Sure.
That specifically there has decided that I will not take the first option because I want that mode of transport every day of the week, twice on Sundays, 3 times on a bank holiday. So I can't live without that mode of transport. So therefore I can't take the first option.
Can we open our eyes?
We can open our eyes. Come back to the world.
Damn, that was a great place to go.
Oh, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Just
And teleport once a day, that'd be fine. Like, okay, get me to the shop. Get me to the Pete Hamm podcast, man.
that'd be pretty sick.
It'd be class, eh?
I feel like it was the one downfall I could see from that is like you having the teleport power, but you could just end up going to the same place every day. I'm not saying that that's what we would do, but I could see that as a potential.
Well, like if you're in like normal daily life and say you're like at work, you know what it could be very good for. If you
Being on time.
on time, but if you want to live like on a ranch out in the country, but your job's in the city,
Which is very common.
just boom there. Okay, you'll have to drive back or somehow get back because you can only do it once a day. But like, you can figure that out. Like,
I'd feel like I'd always go there.
yeah.
Or you'd have to switch it. You teleport, you drive there on Monday, you teleport home on Monday night.
Yes.
Then you
Teleport.
wake up in the morning, teleport there, drive back.
Yes.
You'd have to flip-flop.
Good job.
Or you just, do good enough with your teleporting and time management that you can figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Great question, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Brother, would you rather have the ability to change your appearance at will, but forget who you truly are at each time, or always look the same with a perfect mind?
What's perfect what?
Perfect mind, I guess it means perfect memory.
Oh. I mean, look at me, PH, man. I've got a mustache and a mullet. Why would you want to change this appearance? You know what I mean?
Brother, I am a fellow longtime mullet rocker.
Yes.
I just had it for 4 years, and I'm not saying goodbye by any means, but I it's a lot quicker in the shower.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, the mullet is a
Yeah.
Brother, how long have you had the mullet?
So I began my mullet journey in lockdown and COVID. And then just before I came
First one ever?
Yes. So just before I came to Baylor, I shaved it off because I was like, I don't want to come to Texas with a mullet. You know what I mean? That would be disrespectful to. That'd be like an American going to Scotland wearing a kilt. You know what I mean? Like you get one when you're there. You don't bring one over. You don't bring one over. Like.
Texans respect mullets. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, they should.
Well, they do, but I don't want to. I want to.
But I hear you.
I want to maybe grow one when I'm there, rather than bring one over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Have it grown in Texan soil.
Yeah. So I shaved it and had normal hair while I was in Baylor, and then I went up to Seattle after I finished in Baylor for a summer, and then my last week in Seattle, I said, "Hey, I'm bringing it back." So shaved it myself, the sides.
Love it.
And
it's a great thing about a mullet. You can cut it yourself.
yeah. So that was about a year ago. So this current mullet has been rocking for a
Are
year.
you still cutting it yourself?
No. I have outside help these days. Niall Downing back home does it when I'm there, and whoever's around here. Fella down at Clark's Barber Shop in Lower Greenville has been topping it up for me recently. So
Fucking love it.
yeah. So
Brother, I cut my own for 4 years.
to be fair, like I probably could. The problem is mine just gets so wild at the back. I need somebody to tame the back,
You need it back?
tame the top maybe. But not saying my appearance is perfect now by any means. But I would rather keep my appearance.
I've got another. I got the hard part when you don't have a mullet is cutting the back side of your head.
Yes, it is.
Lots of fucking.
Because you don't know where your crown is, and you're trying to mess around.
And you can't really fucking hold a mirror.
No,
while
you
you're doing
can't.
it, if
You've
you wanna
got
do it right.
yeah. That's if you don't have a mullet, you have to get somebody else to cut your hair. Whereas a mullet is just boom, boom,
Easy.
shake the room like wham bam, thank you ma'am.
A fucking a great chop,
Yes.
a great slice,
Yes.
brother. So we're going to Chicago.
Yes, indeed.
If we're heading back to the good old life journey,
Yes.
we grew up in Ireland,
Yes.
and I guess actually, brother, how did you find out and get to Baylor again?
Well,
Because you came to Baylor at the end of those years.
Yes. So mid-COVID, well, I knew kind of the course that I'd chosen, the BCom and UCC. I was able to study abroad in America with it, and I knew I wanted to study abroad, and I'd followed Baylor. I think the first time I ever crossed Baylor University was they had a German tight end, and I saw a picture of him in a European American football post,
Really?
and I loved the uniform, and I was like, oh, I love a bit of green and gold. Give me
Hell
that.
yeah.
So I started following Baylor. I used to order some dodgy T-shirts off AliExpress, Baylor University, this, that, all over it, and so.
Bro, they do a good job.
So when
Some.
some of them, yeah,
Some.
I've had my fair share of bad experiences.
Oh
which-
yeah.
which I deserved for ordering off them, but
Well, $6.50 for a jersey,
Yeah,
and
come
it may,
Yeah.
be missing a
yeah,
key letter.
yeah. I mean, so be it. But so then when the option came to study abroad, I saw Baylor University, Waco, Texas, and it was in the middle of COVID. So part of me was like, well, Jesus, there's gonna be no lockdowns in Waco, Texas. There's no fear of that.
You knew that in Ireland?
Well, I knew that it wouldn't be as bad as it was in Ireland. In Ireland, we had like a 5 kilometre like limit around our house where we couldn't leave unless we had a note and all that stuff. And I was like, Jesus, I know for a fact that Texas is one of that. So
Texas didn't like it.
so that was part of the decision. Plus, I was always going to go to Baylor. So I knew straight away as soon as the option came that I took
So it
it.
was a huge plus, like the Texan mentality
Yeah, definitely.
before you came, and you knew it.
Yeah. Plus, like even my friends, Kieran Fitz, my best friend, and Liam Kilgrew, massive college football. Shout out Fitz, Fitz and Pig.
Shout out Fitz and Pig.
Big
Good lads.
big college football fans.
Oh, sure. As it should.
Massive college football fans. Even Fitzy's now in Lubbock at the moment because he was at the Oregon game last week.
Oh, big ball game. Tech versus Oregon.
Yeah.
Is he a tech guy?
Because he did his study abroad year at Tech. When
Ah.
I went to Baylor, he went to Tech, and Pig went to Cincinnati.
Ah.
So
So you got the best.
well, of course,
the best of the
of
bunch.
course, I got the best, man.
Fucking
So,
love to see it.
So yeah, I knew
Tech is
I
good
was-
though. We love Tech is.
Yeah, I mean Tech
Respect.
will do well this year. They have.
They almost beat Oregon.
Yeah, almost. They have Joey Maguire, who was whatever the Baylor OC, I think he was. Or
Was he?
He was the OC, and he went to them. They're doing very well now because I think he was supposed to be in line for the job when they hired Dave Aranda,
Ah.
and he didn't get it. And he kind of rode in anyway because he loved Baylor. But then when Tech offered him the head coach, why wouldn't you take that? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, that's their goal,
yeah.
to be a head coach.
Yeah,
Head
so
ball player.
plus
head ball
like
coach.
even when I listen to his pre-match, Fitzy sent me his the pre-game speech that he gives every now and then, and man, he gets you fired up.
Oh.
He gets you fired right up.
And that's what a good coach can do.
Yeah, man.
They know what to say to
Yeah.
get you
To get the
just
boys active.
dialed.
Yeah. Fitzy and I would listen to that now. Speaking of car journeys for a feed of pints for a night out, Fitzy and I would play that video in the car before we go out for the night.
Every time.
Get apps. Not every time, but whenever we're in a
Top
good
banger.
mood for it, like yeah. and that would set us up nicely for an evening on the town. Yeah.
Couple of tough guy sodas.
Few Joey Maguire words and a few tough guy sodas, and by God, we'd be ripping up Washington Street, man. Yeah. So
Slicing and dicing.
So then Baylor for me, yeah, and yeah, Chicago now. Flight tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow, so this is your last day in the Lone Star
This
State,
will be
right?
my last time sleeping under a Texas moon. For a while, not forever, of course, but for a while.
For the next few months.
For the next few months, heading up there, play with the Griffins. Well, probably not. Well, yeah, for the Griffins, hopefully.
Griffins and Hounds, and then the U.S. team and then the Irish team.
Yeah, well,
And then
we're
we're going all the way, baby.
We'll see where we go from there. Yeah,
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, so
Hands gonna get right, and then it's hunting season.
Yeah, once Michael Hand has 2 hands, man, 3 hands. We'll be good to go all in, man. You know what I mean? I've got 2 hands. There's one out of action, like, but
Hey, the more the better.
yeah, man. So we'll be back. I mean,
But you know, one hand from a rugby warrior is a good hand.
Yeah,
honestly,
so
just coming out of, I was like this
Yeah.
for a long time. There was still, I could do a lot of shit.
yeah. See, that's the only thing I'm worried about. Like in the gym, like I can't really gonna lose the guns, PD. Like, you know what I mean? I'll have to build the 3 trunks, like.
You'll have to, yeah,
But yeah.
do just 3 times a week. Go in and do leg press.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
yeah,
And I would also do band work.
yeah,
I feel like that's all you can
yeah.
do.
Probably, yeah.
Just tie some shit up to that arm.
Keep the protein intake up, and we're good to go.
That's definitely huge.
Yeah,
Or don't overdo it though. I got thick.
Yeah.
I got heavy after my surgery.
yeah,
Well, I was couch gorilla for
Yeah.
2 weeks. Rough.
yeah. Yeah, so a bit of a mental battle, to be fair.
Always is. People
always.
fucking don't know unless they've had surgery.
Yeah.
It's like you go into it, you're fucking getting ripped open and knocked out, and
Yeah,
it's supposed to come out okay, but wow,
Yeah, I like
you're
to-
going out.
yeah. Like even now, same again. Shane, the fella I was talking about earlier from Galway. Oh, he's had a rough time, but he's been out for months now. So shoulder reconstruction, pure and utter, like shoulder taken apart, put together again. Out for months and months and months. Like 2 or 3 games back, blew out his knee or did something else, like, and now, he's been grafting now, like, and him and I would text each other a good bit now, kind of like motivational stuff, kind of like that knockdown,
yeah.
whatever, knockdown 7, get up 8 is kind of his, that's his thing, kind of darker the night,
I love it.
darker the night, the brighter the morning sort of thing. So him and I kind of push each other through that sort of stuff because it is rough out. Especially like being part of a team, a rugby team. Like, yeah, it's a big culture, but like if you're injured, you're not training.
Ultimate team sport.
Yeah.
And if you're injured, let's be honest,
you're on
you're
the
on the shit list.
Yeah, you're on the sideline. You're not training. You're not going to matches. You're not like in the thick of it. You're not putting your body on the line with the lads. So it's a rough spot to be. But I mean, rugby being rugby, it's going to happen. But it's tough out.
Stronger from it though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Nature of the beast.
Fucking first injury in rugby.
First proper one. Like, to be fair, a few hammy tweaks here and there.
First surgery.
Few sprained, but yeah, first rugby related injury, yeah, or surgery, yeah.
My buddy Walter, he's been on the pod, Baylor rugby guy.
Shout out Walter.
Shout out Walter, doctor now. Dr. Walt.
Shout out Doc Wall.
Dr. Walt.
DW.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had that for his finger.
The tendon.
His shit was the same way. Like he couldn't move it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's maybe we'll do a little group text.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's known as like jersey finger or rugby finger because it happens so often with rugby players grabbing jerseys.
Just another case of rugby
finger. Yeah, even your man, Dr. Malik. Shout out Dr. Malik. Fella who gave me the surgery. I don't know if he'll be watching this, but
Hey, we'll let him. Did he do? So far, so good.
so far so good, man. So but he said it's known as rugby finger. It's known as Jersey finger.
If he calls it that, then I trust him.
I put
Good salesman.
Yeah, man. I put Michael's hands in his hand.
That's pretty. That's
You know what I mean? So
that's a lot.
that's quite a bit.
Brother, what in Chicago are we most excited about? Give me a just a
like
just
a tiered list. Like I
Sure.
suppose the rugby straight off the bat. You know, the potential of doing something I dreamed about, playing professional rugby. It's always something I've dreamed about since I was a kid. So definitely.
gonna happen.
So yeah, I mean the opportunity to do that and to be in a position where I can make that a reality is definitely number one without a doubt. You know, that's definitely number one. Two maybe is the fact that it's kind of like a city, but it's by the water, bit of beach.
Yeah, there is. There absolutely is.
So like that's
There's a
kind of
golf course on it.
yeah, like that's kind of slick. Like
It's yeah.
so that's pretty exciting. And as much as I love Texas, and I do love it, and anybody knows me knows I love
Right.
Texas, I cannot wait to go back to a bit of cold weather. And I know Chicago has a bit of cold weather in
We're
store.
coming out of our worst period.
Oh man, I know.
It's
I
just
know.
now. Today was supposed to be the turning of the tide.
Yes. Actually, it was cool enough today.
Today was supposed to be the day where we go back to normalcy.
Yes. No, I know I'll definitely, in about 2 months' time, if there's an update, I'll be giving out about the cold and I'll be kicking and roaring about how I hate how cold it is up in Chicago.
But you miss snow?
Well, we don't have snow in Ireland, but I just miss.
You don't have snow in Ireland?
No.
That's fucking cold up
No,
there, me laddie.
well, it is cold, but you need certain conditions for snow, and it's always raining and wet there,
Yes.
so the snow never sticks. We never really get snow. It's just wet and ice, like.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is even like snow. At least it's a bit of fun. Like you make a snowball or something. We have that.
Snowman?
We have maybe
Frosty the
snow
Snowman.
like once every 2 or 3 years. Like, yeah, it's just fucking rain and cold and wind and wet and
Yeah.
ice.
I thought y'all may have got some,
No.
Frosty the Snowman
No.
action.
So the one thing I miss is being able to, when I go outside, put on a pair of pants, put on a cozy sweater, cozy hoodie, cozy jumper, and go about my day. I love wearing shorts. I love it without a doubt, but I miss being able to throw on a jumper and off I go.
Yeah, I mean, brother, I'll say I like the heat.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like, obviously in Texas, we have 110,
Oppressive heat.
105.
Yeah, madness.
The type of heat where you can die, where people do die, where people cook on their hood of their car.
Yeah.
Type of heat.
Yeah.
Not normal.
No.
But to me, it's, I don't know, maybe it's just a crazy way to look at it, but I view it as, hey, I can easily get warmed up.
Yeah.
If I just stand outside
Yeah.
for 2 minutes right
Yeah.
now, and then I'm going to be fully drenched, soaked, clothes ruined, and sweat,
Yeah.
and ready to work out.
Yeah, that is true, to be fair. It's a time saver, all right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Or a time eater.
Yeah, that is true.
It can flow both ways.
Yeah. So I remember when I first landed in Baylor, I had to go to a international orientation, and but a 2
Only
just the international kids who were there studying abroad for the year, and I'd walk for about 2 minutes to the
Were you hyped for that, or is that like these, y'all are from literally all over. It's
Yeah.
like, how the fuck are we
Well,
gonna
like,
get along here?
I kind of, it was literally just a one day, just like the coordinator telling us, what we're doing. And
A flex.
yeah, well, she was just kind of telling us, visa stuff and all that, and like how Baylor works and classes and how to register and all that stuff. So, I mean,
Okay.
I kind of was looking forward because I needed to know that stuff, but also like I came to Baylor for the Texans to mix it in with the Texans and the
to be in the Texas environment.
to be mingling with Texan people. So I didn't really want to mess around with a bunch of internationals because that's not why I came there. Like if I wanted that, I just stay at home. Like so. But anyway, so I was walking in, heading over. I was only walking for 2 minutes, and boy, I was absolutely drenched in sweat after. I couldn't believe it. And they gave me a new Baylor shirt. Had a bear holding a globe at the back called Global Bears. I was buzzing. I put it on, man. I was sweating like a pig in a butcher. It was unbelievable, man. I couldn't believe it. And since then, I used to bring spare t-shirts to class so I could change in between and all that stuff, man. It was unbelievable. I'll never get used to it.
I can relate, brother.
Yeah.
I've had shirts die.
Oh.
This shirt, I can't wear it
Yeah.
anymore. You know, it's just, I sweat through much. There's grass in it.
Yeah.
There's just, it's not going to work.
Yeah. Like grey t-shirts.
Oh.
No go.
No.
Big X.
You got to go black shirt during the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got to. Oh.
Yeah. So, Chicago hopefully will provide cooler climates.
Chicago, Chirac.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of names for it.
Yeah. I have been pumping Homecoming by Kanye West quite a bit recently.
Trying to push out a burp.
Yeah.
It's just right there on the lip. You know how it goes.
I know how it goes.
Let's see. What does it want to do?
You need to burp yourself like a little baby.
No, it doesn't work for me. I've done that.
Huh?
I've done hard. I've done little baby
like
burp. I've done gorilla pounding.
Yeah.
Then do it.
You just have to let it come.
Yeah.
Let nature do its thing.
Yeah. I've got a stop hiccuping strategy, but that's all I got, brother.
Yeah. What's your stop hiccuping strategy?
It's pretty solid.
Yes.
All right, it works if people listen. People, if you do this right,
Yes.
and if
I
you
feel like this is a game changer now. PH.
if you can do this
Stop
right,
hiccup strategy.
you will stop hiccuping.
Yes.
No matter how bad the hiccups are, you have to take a deep breath and then continue inhaling rapidly, and I'll show you, until you are... Hey, Rocky.
Hey,
He wants to come on set.
It's all right, Rock.
He's okay. I'll scratch him. Okay, so you got to inhale and then continually doing it rapidly. Like this. Which I don't have the hiccup, so I'm just doing it to show. But
Yes.
if you keep going, it'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that burp's coming.
There's mine.
Oh, it's right there.
Excuse me.
Fuck it. Okay, here we go.
Excuse me.
No problem, brother. So you just got to keep going like that until you can't go, and then you hold it for 10 seconds, or until you can't hold it any longer.
Yeah.
And then you're good.
Fascinating.
Really? I tell you guys.
It works every time?
It has worked for me every time. I've sometimes had to do it twice, but if I never had more than twice where I had to do it, usually gets it on the first time.
Because I feel like everybody.
And some people get it so bad and they won't do it. Just do it.
Yeah. I feel like everybody, no matter who you meet. Well, firstly, side note, longest case of hiccups. It's about like a pig farmer. He had them for like 27 years. Ridiculous. I'd kill myself long before that. Well, I don't know if that may be a step too far, but I'd be very uncomfortable with it. Like, but I feel like everybody has a strategy for getting rid of hiccups. Like that's something that like
I feel like some people have a strategy, but it doesn't work.
You can comment below if you have a strategy, but
yeah, let us know your strategy. If you have a strategy, share it.
For hiccup, anti-hiccup strategy. Like my father used to always say, drink a mug of water with a spoon in it. I don't know how, but it could have been placebo, but it worked every time for me.
If Dad says it, dude, it works.
Yeah. Another one was just hold your breath for 3 hiccups and it'd be gone by the third. Like you'd feel the hiccups and the third one wouldn't come, you'd be done. There's the obvious, like, get scared, get a fright, get a jump scare. Hard to do if you're by yourself. And
those never worked for me. Those just pissed me off.
Yeah. So, but everybody has one. Everybody seems to have their own little trick.
There's always one. There's something, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
That one, I've tried a bunch of shit. That one works.
Yeah. I'll give that a go next time.
Just figure it out. Fucking put it in the pocket.
Put it in the pocket. Keep that in the back burner.
Just right there.
Yeah.
Brother, fucking love to see it.
It's a good one.
It's a good one, and we hope that we can save some of our hiccuping
Save.
brothers and sisters out there.
Yes.
Brother, I'd like to say we've had a fucking hell of a night, me laddie.
We have had a good one, all right, Petey.
Is laddie a proper, or is that Scottish?
That's probably Scottish now.
Shit.
That's all right, boy.
I'm gonna scratch through it.
If you wanna go Cork now, not Irish, go Cork.
Cork.
You can go for Ked, as in
Ked.
as in K-I-D, Ked.
See, that's fighting words sometimes in Texas. Which
yeah.
I get it. I know it's rugby.
It's a bit of kind of emasculation if you call somebody kid, which is fair.
Which I'm fine with all. Chief. I mean, Chief. Chief's a great one.
Chief is good.
Chief.
Boy is another Cork one.
Sure.
Which again
could be fine.
Be under a certain
I'm fine
context.
with it.
Yeah.
I think my boy, or I would say little boy, is that could.
I think a massive one.
Yeah.
Buddy.
But is that one that pisses you off?
No, what pisses me off is if somebody calls me big man.
Oh, big man.
Oh, man. I remember, right? First girlfriend I had, I remember I told her that. I was like, whenever people call me big man, it gets under my nerves so I cannot put into words how much big man annoys me. And so we had a fight like a week later. Big man. I couldn't stand it. I could not stand it.
She dug her own grave. Well,
she's nowhere to be seen now, but
good.
A big man. Oh, even talking about it, PH. Even talking about it grinds my fucking gears, man. Big man. Like.
For me, it's transformed over the years. First, Bud and Buddy used to really get me.
Yeah.
Now I'm better. I've known enough Canadians to where it's like a little more familiar.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chief was fighting words for a bit. Then it got funny for me, and now I use it. And like some people are like, "Oh, it's fucking don't fucking Chief me, pal." Yeah. And I'm like, "Chief,
come on, boss." Yeah.
Chief is big on Baylor Rugby. Has utilized Chief.
Yes,
it's a good word.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an honor, honestly, to be a chief of anything.
Yes, of course.
Chief executive officer is the ideal role in
that's the thing. I think the more like complimentary the word is, the more it irks you because you know that they don't mean it. Like big man, like okay, everybody wants to be big, everybody wants to be a unit, but you know that they don't mean it in that context.
Yeah.
Like boss or buddy, I want to be somebody's buddy. I want to be somebody's friend. I want to be a pal.
Yeah.
But if you're calling me buddy, poking me in the chest, saying buddy, fella.
Don't poke the
bear, man.
Do
not ever poke the bear. Like,
you can't do it.
So it's whenever you know that their sincerity is not there.
Very situational.
Yes.
You got to know it's situational, or else you could get into wars.
We disclaimer: we're not telling you use pal or buddy or chief in the wrong context.
Hey, I say give it a shot, but this isn't advice. This is entertainment.
This is and let us know how you get on though. Drop a pal, drop a buddy in your next bar or altercation.
A pal will get. I feel like just about anyone.
Yes. Watch a pal.
Don't fucking pal me is what I say.
Don't you?
I'm not your
don't pal the bear, man.
Buckaroo.
Do not pal the bear. Like.
Don't pal a bear.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Those are fighting words.
They are. I think we've had a legendary night.
I think we have.
I think it's been a beauty and a half. I think we've learned a lot about good old Ireland.
Hey, listen. Somebody has to tell its story, man.
It's a great story. Any words on behalf of Ireland?
Any words on behalf of Ireland? I suppose the story of Ireland is the size of the. It's not. What is it? Not the size of the dog in the fight. The size of fighting a dog. You know what I mean?
Amen.
So Could be small, could be minute, but
They'll fight.
you can always make a difference. You know what I mean?
I love it, brother.
No matter what you do.
Ireland and Texas, we get along pretty well. I feel like
we do, man. We're
we got some good roots
similar,
tied together.
Similar morals and characteristics, I think.
Yeah, and we both broke away from the old redcoats.
Yes, listen. Always a good thing to do.
We're doing good now. Well, brother, if God wills it,
Yes.
let's have a toast to a fantastic evening.
Yes.
And the good vibes
Yes.
shall continue to flow.
Yes, indeed they shall.
And they're going to flow through your hand and make it stronger than it's ever been.
Yes.
And we're going to miss you in Texas.
Thank you, sir.
And
I'll be back.
you'll be back.
The cowboy will always return.
Cue the music.